Hi, everybody, and welcome to my session about people and data literacy in the age of AI. And my favorite phrase, the power of data, is not the data itself, but it's how you use it. And I think that counts for dashboarding, for AI solutions, analytical environments, and so on. My name is Angelica Klidas. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm 63 years old, mom of three beautiful children, have a son-in-law and I have a daughter-in-law. I have a beautiful, beautiful grandson named Dean. Later, a story about him, and I'm married to my beautiful wife Diana. I'm a Click Partner Ambassador, and I'm also a Click Educator Ambassador. Um, I work with data and analytics all my career. Written a book about it called Data Literacy in Practice, launched at the end of November on the exact date of the launch of OpenAI's ChatGPT. Wrote that book with practical examples, practical things, together with my buddy Kevin Hannigan. And we are writing our second version of the book now, where we incorporate more and more AI elements. It's already in there, but we thought we could do a little bit better. I work as a lecturer at the Amsterdam University of Applied Sciences and as an advisor and trainer at the Business Data Challengers. I'm always having fun in the things that we do. But data, AI, and literacy, and people, and upskilling, and well, there is a lot of things to do. So, data literacy in the era of AI. And it made me wonder, is it a buzz after the launch of OpenAI's ChatGPT? I think it was the accelerator and the beginning of our organization even to think about AI. And because suddenly everything was AI, 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 AI. But as long as organizations think that using generative AI solutions like Copilot and ChatGPT and others is AI, we still have a long way to go in understanding AI and help people to get more and more into data and therefore also AI literacy. So let's go back to some essentials of the story, right? The data definition, the data literacy definitions versus the AI literacy definition found on the internet on various websites. I made a more common phrase of it. Um, if we look at those definitions, so data literacy, the ability to work with, analyze, and argue with data, and the AI literacy definitions, the ability to grasp, use, critically assess AI's technologies and their impact. But if we look at the Venn diagram on the right side of the screen, we see that we need all those elements as well in our AI literacy world or in our data literacy world. So from there, I was wondering a lot in the new era of AI and and data literacy, and I thought I feel like a lonely lady in the desert, calling out the importance of the understanding that AI literacy is a subset of data literacy. It's an advanced element. Um, and you can have various levels within that advanced element, right? Just like you can have various levels in data literacy. Um, and as I was reading the report Future Jobs of 2022 from the World Economical Forum, they emphasize the critical skills required to be able to understand what is going on in this era of AI. So let's have a look at it. So truly, AI literacy requires data literacy. That is actually what is stated. And the second important element, what we found, is that AI is fueled by data. So from there on, I started thinking with my friends that it requires a new definition. Data literacy, including AI, refers to the holistic understanding of data, analytics, and behavioral concepts. And everything is included in there. And that's what it's all about: data, analytics, and behavioral elements for us human beings. Because if we look at AI is an umbrella concept, right? It's And science fiction is misleading us. It's giving us robots that look like humans and that they are more intelligent, stronger, and powerful than humans. In the field of data, which includes AI, it's constantly evolving, and developments are progressing at a rapid pace. I'm working on a project now where we are building a new data platform and actually ask questions in just natural language to the data and receive an answer instantly. And sometimes it's very hard to keep up. And there is not even an agreement on a single clear definition of AI, as we see here in Europe, where we have the European AI Act, right? We see many different definitions out there. And remember, AI is a catch-all term. It's an umbrella term for techniques that allow us to design algorithms capable of displaying intelligent behavior and perform tasks. But AI is more than using Copilot within an organization. Let's keep that there. And it's already here in our private lives, right? It's already integrated, fully integrated into our daily lives in many, many ways. Amazon that you just, maybe you like this article also, or Siri and Alexa that help us with tasks. And we have the recommendation services from the streaming services like Netflix and Spotify. AI makes our lives easier. It's also used in cars, optimizing the route on the fly, facial recognition on phones, and even in healthcare to analyze medical images. AI works behind the scenes to speed up processes, support decision making, and improve efficiency across various sectors. And believe me, it already has shaped various industries. Regular officers like ours in data and analytics, generative AI is used everywhere. We are building agents to automate tasks, create content, and so on. University are using it to predict the students' intake and dropout. We have virtual teaching assistants. We have apps like Duolingo that helps us learn new languages in a fun way. And also with the help of AI, it gives you that materials, that learning experience, what you need at that time based upon the learning that you have done. We have maintenance, predicting when a machine maintenance is needed. And then when you think of it, making automatically the appointment with the supplier or the parts so that the productional machine is the maintenance time is so short that they won't lose any revenue. We have recruitment for candidates screening, hospitals that are doing AI diagnostics, the imaging or automating processes. We have sports. We have a running app, developed it at the Business Data Challenge, where we help runners to work more to run more efficiently. So and that we can prevent injuries and so on, but also gain more efficiency in our running. It's called post estimation, and it's so cool. It's so amazing. But also traffic management is using AI in controlling the traffic, but also license plate recognition, banks and financial institutes, the tax office, fraud detection. It's all there, right? And yet, as I was going to a very important report of the World Economic Forum, we see that five macro trends are reshaping our labor market by 2030. And when I was reading that document, I fully agree with that. We have the technology advancements. There is such a rapid integration of AI and automation across various industries. We have the green transition, and I'm truly loving that shift towards sustainable practices and renewable energy. And I know the TU, the Technical University in Delft, in cooperation with one of our customers, Van Oort, is working on some keen projects that are so super innovative, which is amazing. But also the trend is that we have demographical shifts. There are aging populations in some areas of the world and growing young youth demographics in others. And we need the youngsters to come and join the new world where AI sets the standard. But we also have to learn, as oldies, how to work with the new generation Z. We have that geo-economic fragmentation, and we see, and it's happening right now, a changing global trade dynamic which influences the economy. And we see that game theory happening everywhere. We have an economical uncertainty. The fluctuating economic conditions will influence employment patterns. And these trends that we just pointed out here are expected to result in a creation of 78 million jobs by 2030, with 170 million new roles, and 19.2 million roles will be displaced. You can read about it in the report from the World Economical Forum. And I will ask the guys from the data literacy talks to add the link to the presentation. It's somewhere also embedded. So we need the skills for the future workforce, right? we need we have that strategic upskilling need. So we need to develop human-centric skills, analytical, critical, and creative thinking, the ability to analyze complex problems and think innovatively. But also, and I firmly believe the most important skill here is question. This is my grandson, Dean. His photo is right behind me here, and my beautiful daughter, Jess. Dean is now 3.5 years old. He is in his why phase, and he's asking a lot of questions. And sometimes we get mad of it. We think, oh, wow, Dean, how should I answer this question, or how should I answer that question? And then it got me thinking. Dean is going to school in 6 months' time. He's almost 4. And when he is at school, and he will keep on asking questions, and I hope his teacher will embrace the why questions as we do, because what we learned most of the time is that when we ask too many questions, we are a pain in the butt, right? We are trouble children because we ask too many questions, and the teachers don't have the time to answer the questions all the time. And then now, and in the teenage time, children have to learn to work safely with AI solutions, to recognize what is fake, what is misleading information, and so on. And then the elders, like the teenagers, and then the 20, the 30, the 40, the 50, and even I have still to learn and to question and use certain steps in my questioning process, because we need to ask the question why. That's a little side note. But we need resilience and flexibility as well. We need to be adaptive in the way our changing work environments. And believe me, we ain't seen nothing yet. I also think that leadership needs to guide teams and influence stakeholders effectively. And next to that, our leaders need to show and tell and lead by example. I am a firm believer of show and tell. People that do amazing things, let them show off in communities at your workforce. We also have to help our staff to embrace data literacy, not only from the behavioral perspective, but also from the technical perspective. We have to gain proficiency in AI tools and data analytics, and as it is becoming more and more essential. Learn how to work with automations, predictions, but do not be alarmed. I don't believe that we should all be programmers. We have to learn to use the tools that are there for us in the market. So we should not stay behind. So we need to help our staff with the general comfort in those, and to use those emerging technology. And it's crucial across roles. And we need to protect our organizations with cybersecurity. Understanding the digital security measures is increasingly important. These boys and girls that are specialists, but we as data savvy people, we need to set the stage at the ideation phase of a project. And we have to discuss ethics, privacy, and security. And usually we tend to forget because we love data and we simply want to continue. So we need to commit to lifelong learning. With 39% of core skills expected to change by 2030, continuous upskilling is vital for everyone. So we need that workforce to be trained, and we have to address the skill gaps proactively. So we have to get into action, right? We have to get into action. So, how do we get into action? We need to highlight the importance of data literacy. We have to emphasize that understanding and interpreting data is no longer optional, but it's a fundamental skill across all professions. We have to promote that growth mindset. We have to encourage attendees, employees to view skill development as an ongoing journey rather than a one-time project or a one-time effort. And that should be a top focus when it comes to our leaders in helping staff of an organization. We have to foster between humans and the collaboration between humans and AI. So we have that discussion how AI can work with us. We need them to understand that we need to embrace their capabilities instead of believing that they will replace us. This will help us to be more efficient and innovative. We have to think in chances, not against it. We have to think in chances. Find that business case, work on your data, and it needs to be of a good quality. Remember, the output of AI is as good as the data it's fed with. And we have to advocate for inclusive upskilling programs. We need to stress the need for accessible training opportunities to ensure that everybody can adapt the changing job market. By focusing on those area, you will thrive towards continuous learning. And at the end, you will be prepared in this amazing age of AI. And if you are able to find your data products, that trusted data area, that we enable the data and AI cultures by continuous learning, find that financial value, the ROI for a business case, then we will have success in data and AI. But remember, the only constant factor is there is a change. It is a change. And when there is a change, there is always a chance. Thank you for listening to my story about the new era. And when you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you again. Follow us, follow me on LinkedIn, and follow my podcast from a fellow Brazilian Portuguese guy called Igor Alcantara. And we have a podcast which is out every 2 weeks. So I hope you will join us. Thank you so much. And I'm ready for your questions.